The whole story of Pete the Mechanic is a fantasy of Fred's mind when he is imprisoned on death row for murdering his wife. Hi, my name is Piotr and this is Lost Highway Explained. So this film is a great example of what I call cryptic storytelling. It's where the filmmaker tells you a rather simple story but reveals it in a way that makes it very interesting. And Fred's story is a very simple one indeed. It begins when he suspects his wife Renee of being unfaithful. Even though Fred is a guy that has his stuff together, his wife doesn't see him as a man, which is expressed in a pity pat on the back sex scene. I would even say that she is provoking him. After a party where they both encounter Renee's past lover, Fred kills her when they get back to the house, which is an ultimate impotent behavior. He is sentenced to the electric chair. The fantasy begins when he is in his cell. The director is very straightforward about this by showing you this shot. Now Fred is reborn as Pete, and Pete is everything that Fred would like to be. Young, great with women, great with cars, which is much more masculine than frantically playing a saxophone. As the story progresses, the fantasy starts to fall apart. It begins where Pete hears Fred's music on the radio, and ends where he dies on the electric chair at the end of the movie. Now, by telling Fred's story, David Lynch explores the theme of toxic masculinity. The characters evolve from Fred, who is psychologically an impotent, to Pete, who is an ultimate man, but then he is transformed again to leather jacket Fred. He becomes like Mr. Eddie, who is a caricature of manliness. I would say that the meaning of the film is that it's impossible to change who you really are, that the violence that you're capable to inflict as an impotent has the same outcome that violence committed by the ultimate bully. David Lynch, by employing his favorite nightmarish symbolism, tells us that any attempt of escaping the reality by creating narratives about yourself is really futile and makes no sense. Alright, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one.